Well, hello there. You're watching Go Island. Today's show is coming to you from the Port Alberni Food Bank.
Aaron Visiev Financial's Go Island is brought to you by Aaron Visiev Financial.
Well, hello again. You are watching Go Island, and we've stepped inside the food bank here at the Salvation Army, where there's a whole bunch going on. And to tell us a little bit about it is volunteer coordinator Tanya Swain. Tanya, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Tanya, there's a bunch of bustle going on behind you. What's happening today?
Well, Tuesdays and Thursdays we have our food bank from 1 till 4 in the afternoon, and we have volunteers in the morning, and they get everything ready, bring all the food out. We get produce from grocery stores that they donate for the food bank, and yeah, they're just getting all ready.
Wow, it looks like a lot of work, and this is a valuable service, isn't it? A lot of people use the food bank in this community.
Yes, very much. We have slower weeks and we have busier weeks. On our busier weeks, we've given out up to 100 hampers in an afternoon. Granted, it's only from 1 till 4, so it gets really, really busy.
Simole, so in 3 hours you've given out 100 hampers. That's a lot of food going out.
And that's families. That's not just 100 people. That's 100 families.
Wow. Wow. So if there's ever any doubt about how important the food bank is, it's kind of the numbers tell a tale.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned these are all volunteers behind you?
Yes, we have one paid employee and the rest are volunteers. So we rely greatly on volunteers, absolutely.
Wow. We're going to talk a lot more about volunteers coming up because that's really why we're here because the Salvation Army is hoping you'll step up and volunteer for them. So we'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But first, this is Go Island. So we're going to go down island to Duncan, where Meg Cuthbert tells us about community radio, and Jenny Fortin stopped by the Roland Arts Centre to check out their newest exhibit. Well, welcome back. You're still watching Go Island, coming to you from the Port Alberni Food Bank, where there are volunteers busy putting together grocery bags for folks that are going to be stopping by. And actually, I have a volunteer here, if I can stop you for a minute. This is Shelley Hudson, who volunteers at the food bank. How are you?
Good.
Shelley, what have you been doing here today?
Setting out the donuts and bringing in all the equipment or juice that needs to come in for the hampers that need to go out today.
Excellent. So you're a volunteer. How many days a week do you come in?
3 days a week right now.
3 days a week. So that's a fair bit of time. Why are you doing this?
I'd like to give back to the community. I've had to come to the food bank before years ago, and I just wanted to give back to help the community out. I worked here over Christmas and just really see how much our community needs this.
And you know firsthand, if you've been on the receiving end of it too, this must be so rewarding to be able to give back this way.
It is. It is. It's heartwarming. I really enjoy it.
So I know there are folks out there watching this who maybe have a little bit of time. I don't think it has to be 3 days a week. Whatever time you have is probably very valuable. It's a great way to give. Would you recommend other people stop by?
Oh yes, definitely. Definitely. Even if you're coming in for 2 or 3 hours just to help set up and everything would be great.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to let you get on with this, Shelley. I know you've got things to get done today because it's a busy day here at the food bank. And what Shelley said is really true. Giving back is important. This is a community with a heart. You can't always write a check, but giving your time is one of the most valuable things you can do. Now, we're still at Go Island, so I'm going to send you to the Alberni Valley Wrestling Club Alberni Invitational Wrestling Tournament, which happened last weekend, and where Jenny Fortin stopped by to meet some of our most famous wrestling alumni. Well, hello again. You are still watching Go Island. We have moved out of the Salvation Army Food Bank and into the Salvation Army Donation Depot, where there are more volunteers working behind us because the Salvation Army relies on volunteers for more than just the food bank. Most of the services offered here involve volunteers in one way or another. And I've got Tanya here to tell us a little bit more about it. Now, Tanya, I was just talking to Shelley, and she finds it so rewarding. Is that the general feeling among volunteers?
Very much so. I've been working for the Salvation Army for a little over a year, and I didn't know what it entailed. Like, I've always just dropped off my donations at the donation depot and never thought much beyond that. But it's really cool when you see everything and you know how it helps out our community, and it's a good feeling. It's a really good feeling.
Now, I see a couple of ladies working behind us. What are they doing today?
This is where all the donations come in for the thrift store. So everybody drops them off here, and then they get sorted, brought to the thrift store. Not only sold, but for the community. If people need help, they can come to us for help, and they can get items from the store as well.
Excellent. And we've done stories at the depot here before. There is always a lot to be done here. You never reach the end of it, do you?
Never, no. It's not only just the donations that get dropped off. We do a recycling program through here, so any of our milk jugs, we take those, recycled electronics, all that kind of stuff. So that's what this general area is here. And so there's a big recycling program that comes through here as well.
So you need volunteers for the recycling program?
We need volunteers everywhere, to be honest with you. The food bank is in greatest need right now. We always need volunteers up here, because the more bodies we have, the more we can get processed out to the store. We just need somebody just to groundskeep and mow the lawn and just everything. There's a lot to be done. It's a pretty big property, and there's always help needed, and we generally very much appreciate it when we get it.
And I know for a fact that your volunteers stick around for a long time, because we see them time after time when we come. And to me that says this is a great organization to volunteer with.
Yes, we do have regular volunteers, absolutely. And we make sure that they are appreciated as well. Every year around the springtime we have a volunteer appreciation and little party for them to let them know that they're appreciated for all their hard work.
Excellent. And I know when we were talking to Shelley, she volunteers 3 days a week. Is that standard, or if people just have one afternoon a week?
Some people put in 10 hours a month. Some people, like Shelley, are here 3 days a week. We generally have the more regular volunteers in the food bank. It's kind of like their little job, and they all have their different departments, whether it's packing hampers or being out in the front with all the clients. It's very rewarding being in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, if you're watching this and you're thinking, I might like to find out more information, how do they do that?
They can call myself. I am the volunteer coordinator, 723-6913. And you just come in, you fill out an application, name, address, emergency contact. It's very basic. And we'd love to have you.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for telling me about it. And thank you for the work you do. There's a lot of services being provided out of these buildings up here. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, that does bring us to the end of another Go Island. And I've got to say, being around all the work that's being done here at the Salvation Army, I'm feeling a bit lazy. And I think these ladies could use a bit of help. So if you feel like joining them and becoming a Superstar volunteer, please do give Tanya a call. Until we meet again, be good to each other.
Aaron Visiev Financial's Go Island was brought to you by Aaron Visiev Financial, supporting community and providing personalized advice and services to clients since 1996.